What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on Borderlands 2! And yesterday, I posted a video explaining why I think it's a bad idea for Gearbox to put any time and effort into making an always online live service Borderlands MMO. And for the most part, the reaction in the comments was pretty much what I expected, with majority of you guys agreeing that live service is just not a great fit for the Borderlands franchise, let alone a Gearbox developed live service Borderlands game. But there's still those out there that wanted to point out in the comments, and clickety-clack, Mac, Randy said specifically that it would be totally separate and wouldn't impede on the numbered Borderlands entries. I mean, you're right. He did say that. But Randy also specifically said that he had a flash drive filled with questionable aged squirt porn because he thought it was a magic trick and wanted to figure out how it was done. The point being, Randy says a lot of shit. Randy recently said that Wonderlands DLC, when not compared to Borderlands DLC, was also a great value. I wish I lived in the world that Randy motherfucking Pitchford lives in. Because the world that I live in, paying per minute for downloadable content post-launch doesn't constitute anything near being considered a great value. However, I want you to consider seeing things from my perspective. Because a lot of you motherfuckers out there that are watching haven't been a fan of Gearbox games as long as I have. And that much is obvious. Because if you were a long-time Gearbox fan, you'd remember that during Borderlands 2's development, Gearbox would split off talent from their main team and also offload some of the work on Alien Colonial Marines to a subsidiary studio, resulting in a release that would go down in history as one of the worst video game releases of all time. And even more recently, we can see the same drop in quality with Gearbox splitting their main team into two separate teams, 3/4 of which would develop the main portion of Borderlands 3, with a small team left over to work on DLC and post-launch content, while the rest of the team would go to work on the main portion of Wonderlands. And you can see the drop in quality between Borderlands 3's initial launch offerings and the later released Season 2 DLC. And the drop in quality once again bled over to Wonderlands, with even less being offered in the main campaign as usual, and the DLC being nothing more than pretty much glorified headhunter packs for full DLC pricing. And now, here we are, 2 years after the release of Wonderlands, and coming up on the 5-year anniversary of Borderlands 3's release date. And Gearbox still hasn't gone back and fixed the broken skills in Borderlands 3 that don't work. The network lag and desyncs. Or even at the very least, put a true Vault Hunter mode in Wonderlands to give it some type of endgame. I mean, at least CD Projekt Red put everything they were working on hold, went back to the drawing board, fixed Cyberpunk 2077, and then released a banger anime movie to go ahead to coincide with the release of the Phantom Liberty DLC, which is considered another banger DLC in video game circles. So, you're gonna sit there and tell me that you think the studio that gave up on supporting Borderlands 2 with DLC in its prime to release a cash grab spinoff, the studio that gave up on supporting Borderlands 3 with DLC in its prime to release another cash grab spinoff, won't have Gearbox give up on supporting Borderlands 4 with DLC in its prime to work on another cash grab spinoff.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
But if you made it up to this point and you still don't see my point of view as valid criticism, and you write it off as blind hatred for Gearbox, then you are what's wrong with modern gaming, allowing these companies to get away with the same shit over and over again. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you really stump up on a video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for y'all motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. And I hate to be so harsh because there's a million things in this world that I love, and I would rather be talking about that because I love talking about things that I love. But when it comes to modern gaming, I can't fucking stand this shit, man. Especially when it destroyed the franchise that destroyed video games for me. Like, it's almost to the point where I wish I never played Borderlands, because Borderlands pretty much ruined every other game out there for me. There's very few games that offer the amount of replayability that the original Borderlands games offered. To the point that new things are still being discovered in those games 10 years later. And it's hard to enjoy Borderlands knowing that the future of the franchise looks so bleak, and that Gearbox probably won't go back and fix the old games even though they need some. Borderlands, for me, used to represent one of the best bangs for your buck in the industry. But now, the only bang for your bucks that you're getting is a bang up the butt for your bucks. Please believe that. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna see y'all motherfuckers later.